Sasha Vujacic is checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And then for Cleveland, LeBron comes in for Shumpert. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. No one near James as he lets it go. They can't stop the run with that one. The Knicks leading by 13. Anthony's shot is off. The drive by James. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Now here's Lopez. And here's Anthony for 3, and it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list. And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you could see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster.
And here is Anthony after LeBron James hitting the 3.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Got that bucket in no time at all. LeBron's got 9.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a time out there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kevin Serafin is checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. And Larson Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA. And Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good point. And Anthony gets it to go.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And here are the Cavaliers. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. LeBron dishes to Thompson. Knocked away. And stolen by Williams. On up the court. Anthony, the pass to Serafin. And Williams, here we go. And he jams it with authority.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. J.R. Smith picks one up.
Anthony's been putting up the numbers. He has 12 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total. And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Aaron Aflalo, who's checked in for New York. Grant comes in for Sasha Vujacic. There's Galloway. A kick out to Aflalo. Buries the long-range jumper. Aflalo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Irving. All sorts of time, and he knocks down the jumper. Irving's got 7.
Oh, terrific move there. I think he may need to check those ankles. He's just left the defender on the ground.
That is a highlight and a half, guys, or a highlight plus. Anytime you shake a guy out of his shoes like that, it's going to make the rounds for sure.
33.
And so that brings the first half to a close. New York ahead, up 9.
Well, Carmelo.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far? And Kenny, what'd you see from Cleveland?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
We got Vujacic. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon, and it's Lopez in at the center filling out the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Cavaliers trail by 11. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it, because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Passes to Porzingis. New York moving it around. Clock at 6 from 12 feet out. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress.
Irving can't get it to go.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backcourt has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part, and I'm not talking about leaving Collins.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy. Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Outside Irving. And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Derek Williams checked in for New York.
Derek Williams.
Irving against Calderon. Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. Another miss by Irving.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
That's good. And now a 12-point Knicks lead.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Smith outside from deep. No good. Good D by Lopez. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin, and Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team, and I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. Catching up on the changes for New York. Langston Galloway's checked in for Lopez, and it's Grant in for Jose Calderon. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. And he can't bank that one in.
And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
The Cavaliers again can't hit. Here's Williams, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
No doubt.